friends. I hope you are all doing well. I am so excited to have another spring day. It is beautiful outside today. The high is 85 degrees, which is quite warm. This is the warmest day we have had yet, but we just got back from vacation. We went down to Florida for spring break, and now we're back home, and today is going to be 85 and nothing but sunshine, but the rest of the week they're calling for rains. I've been doing lots of gardening here this spring. I did start some seeds indoors for my cut flower garden, and I've been growing them down in my basement under some light. Since we've been back from vacation for the last week or so, I've been slowly hardening them off to the outdoors, and today I think is the day I'm going to plant them before we get some rain. I feel like they'll do really well with that fresh rainwater. Flowers always do so much better with that versus the hose, and it's not calling for really heavy rain, just consistent rain every day. That is on the agenda for today. I am so excited. I've been looking forward to this. We have quite the variety of flowers, and I'm going to take you guys out there and show you what I've been growing. I'm going to plant some that have already been started, like I said, and then I'm also going to plant some from a seed, and I'm just experimenting and having fun with it, so we'll see which ones do better. But I'm so glad you're here. We're going to spend the day together, catch up after we've been gone a little bit, enjoy this beautiful spring day. So I hope you're having a great day wherever you are. Let's go ahead out to the garden and get busy. Here are the seeds that I grew down in my basement. I'm going to plant them in our cut flower garden, and I also have some winter sown seeds as well. You can look up this Instagram account if you'd like to find some more information, but I'm using the Fox Farm potting soil to top off all of my garden beds, and I'm new to this soil this year, so I'll let you know how I like it. But I'm gonna amend this bed and then we'll get started planting. All right, I've got all of my plants and seeds laid out in the garden beds where I'm gonna plant them. So I have some baby's breath that comes up every year. I have straw flower going in this bed, snapdragons, feverfew, scabiosa, some rudbeckia, and cosmos. I have some aster and that's the rudbeckia. Back there is feverfew. And then in the last bed, I'm gonna do a row of sunflowers in the back, and then in the front, all zinnias. After laying all of the plants and getting a plan layout for the garden beds, I'm now ready to plant. So I'm adding a row of sunflowers to this garden bed, and some of the plants I grew downstairs starting from seed, and then some were in the winter sowing method. So I'm curious to see which ones will do better. Right now they look a little weak, but I'm hoping that they will strengthen up and pull through and grow really strong and healthy. I'm also planting some zinnia seeds in front of them, and these are a ballerina blend. They're supposed to be a light pink color. I think they'll be really beautiful. I'm also going to water everything really well, and while my seeds are growing, I will probably water them twice a day because I feel like the raised beds dry out really quickly. So they should like all of the rain that we're about to get this week. So I'm just kind of planting things in rows, and the solo cups honestly worked great for indoor starting seeds. So I'll probably do that again next year. And then I'm really impressed with the winter sowing method in the Ziploc baggies. They were so easy to do, and then I'm just taking clumps of them and planting them in my beds and making sure I mark everything so I don't forget what I've planted. I also had some helpers. Breland was very excited to do some planting. She was eating a strawberry, so I had a towel wrapped around her so she didn't get it on her shirt, but she had a lot of fun helping out in the garden. Next, I'm going to do a little DIY project using a wire hanger and some Vinca vines. My mom did this last year and I thought it was beautiful. So all you need is a couple of hangers, a pot with some soil, and 2 Vinca vines. You could even do 1 if you wanted. So I just pulled the hanger apart to kind of make a circle shape, and then I'm going to plant a Vinca vine right in front of the hanger,
And then I'm going to do one more in front of that just to kind of stagger it. I'm going to do a higher hanger in the back and a lower one in the front. You can do any design, shape, style that you would like with your hanger. This is just how I'm doing it, but it's going to allow the vines to grow around the wire hanger. And I'm just going to kind of train the vines to go around it. Last year, my mom, I wish I had a video so you guys could see, but she had one that was absolutely stunning. It was filled, just bursting with vines, and it was beautiful. You won't even see the hanger here in a couple of weeks, and you could even go taller if you wanted to do a trellis. So I love the Vinca vines. I think they are stunning, and you can find them pretty much anywhere.
I'm about to start a load of laundry, and I'm excited to tell you guys about today's video sponsor, Freddy. I recently found Freddy laundry detergent sheets, and I am so impressed with them. So thank you to Freddy for kindly sponsoring today's video. So Freddy makes laundry detergent sheets that make doing your laundry super simple. I wanted to try them out for traveling. We have a few different trips this summer. I thought these would be really handy to take with us. So I tried out a few different of their scents. I have the fragrance free, which is really great for my girls. They have sensitive skin, so I usually don't have any fragrance for their clothes. But the spring blossom scent is so good. I also love the frosty mountain scent. I've actually went through an entire pack, so I'm about to open up a new one. Each pack can do up to 60 loads, but I will usually put in 2 sheets per load, so I will get about 30 loads per pack. We recently got a new washing machine because ours broke on us. We had it for almost 10 years, which I feel like is pretty good these days. We went with an extra large washing machine. So I will do 2 of the Freddy's laundry detergent sheets. I'm gonna do the spring blossom today. The packaging is also super cute. Oh, but these smell so good. So here they are. You just put them directly into your washing machine before your clothes, and they dissolve in seconds. Each sheet has powerful enzymes called protease that fight stains, and they're also formulated without bleach, phosphates, brighteners, parabens, dyes, and 1,4-dioxin. They also have 3 to 5 day shipping out of their Missouri warehouse, so that's pretty neat. Close to home for me. There's also a 30-day money-back guarantee if you are not satisfied with a product, but I guarantee you will be. We are very hard on our clothes here with having little ones, and I feel like it gets all of the stains out very easily. Very excited to be partnering with them. Check out the link in my description box if you would like to try Freddy out for yourself. I did a lot of planting today. I got all of my flowers that I have started from seed into the garden bed, so I'm feeling very optimistic about that. Now I do need to go and pick up some more pots or planters for some flowers that I bought. And then I also need to amend my other garden beds. I have 2 more raised garden beds over by our pole barn, but we have an ant situation. This is the first year that I've really struggled with ants, and they have been under all of my garden beds, or all of my planters, I should say, not my garden beds, but my planters that I had out in my garden, full of ants. They're like in the cracks of our sidewalk, in the back of our patio. They are terrible this year, so we are trying to take care of that situation. So I'm gonna put a pause on my other garden beds because I found some ants over there. as well. So I'm going to plant some strawberries over in those and probably some more flowers maybe, or I might let the kids pick up some more vegetables. I'm gonna save that project for another day. But about a month ago, I went to a spring market. I love going to markets this time of year, and I thought it would be fun to sit down and share my spring bucket list. So stay tuned for the end of this video. I'll be sharing some things that I really look forward to this time of year. But I went with my friend Nicole Murphy. She also has a YouTube channel. You guys probably know her and love her as well, but we went shopping together and just got inspired and looked around, and I found a few things from that market that I wanted to share. One being this beautiful big quilt that I got for picnics or just throwing out on our back patio for the girls. If you're new to my channel, I have 3 kids and 2 of them are girls. Their ages 2 and almost 1. So for the girls, I thought this would be really handy to just throw out in the yard and have picnics on, or to just, like I said, put on the back porch so it's a little softer for them to play on. I'll put it out on the ground so you guys can see, but it has beautiful scalloped edges on it. The colors are purple, like a light purple, and yellow, and I feel like it is just stunning. It also has some flowers embroidered on it. I love it so much, and I've already used it quite a bit. Brooks plays baseball as well, so I'm gonna take this with me to his tournaments. That way the girls will have a space to play on while we're out there. I would say this is probably a full-size quilt, if not maybe a queen. Okay, here it is all laid out on my floor, but I love all of the details on it. And the floral prints are just beautiful. This is my spring quilt of the season. It's gonna be our summer quilt as well. And we will use this for years and years. This was something that I had on my list to look for before I went to the vintage market. And then I also picked up this geranium. This is a faux geranium, so I've been using it to decorate inside of our home. But I loved the aged pot. I thought this was so pretty. Gives that cottage look. If you guys saw my spring decorate with me in the living room video, I decorated with this behind our couch on a bench. And I feel like it's just so realistic. Nice and secure in this pot, and I just think it is so cute. That was pretty much everything I bought except for a candle at the market, and the candle is a pear scent. It smells so good and fresh for spring. Little markets like that are really fun to go to and browse around, mainly for inspiration. I was outside, but it's pretty loud. I feel like the traffic is kind of loud. Our house sits off the road quite a bit, but for some reason it just seems like a busy time of day. I think everyone's coming home from work. I'm gonna drink a cherry limeade poppy. I love these. I like to have a fancy drink before I start on dinner, and I love just taking like 10 minutes and sitting outside. So I thought I would share my spring bucket list with you guys. I love doing this every year. I feel like it just gives me some inspiration. I like to write it down and put it on my fridge with little check marks. I think it's a lot of fun, and my kids enjoy doing it too. Brooks at least does. But I've been flipping through a new magazine that I got a few months ago when I started decorating for spring. I picked up this magazine. It's called In Her Garden, and I love it. It's been fun to just flip through the pages, see different plants, get inspiration from it. So I was just outside looking through that and just taking a breather after all of the planting that we did this morning. But I've had a lot of fun just getting some ideas from it. And I love seeing different like design layouts for cut flower gardens. I have my little bucket list wrote down on a piece of paper, and I'll just go through it with you guys. Be outside as much as possible, which I feel like kind of goes without saying, but this time of year, I feel like as soon as it warms up, even just a little bit, we are outside constantly. My kids love being outside, and in the winter months, we aren't outside as much as I wish we were. We also love to eat outside. This is something that I'm really excited to do now that we have a picnic table on our back porch. So definitely having a lot of meals outside in the springtime. The next one is to plant a flower garden, which we have successfully done. The next one is have an Easter egg hunt. We love doing this, and we actually already did it. Easter has passed at this time. We had family over, mainly just grandparents. Our kids got to hunt for Easter eggs. They had so much fun. Decorate for spring. We also did that. If you want to see my kitchen and my dining room and living room videos, I have them up on my channel already. I also want to try a new recipe. I always put this on my bucket list for any season. I love to try out new recipes, and I think for this season I want to make a strawberry shortcake recipe. So if you have a good one, leave it down below. I have a few different ones saved to my Pinterest board, but I think that would be a lot of fun, and I love strawberry shortcake. That seems like a really good Mother's Day dessert. Next one is go berry picking. This one is kind of tentative. We'll see if we can make it happen. Next one is put up a bird feeder, which we did back by our cut flower garden. However, I don't feel like the birds know it's there, so we might move it to a different spot. The next one is have daily quiet time. Time spending in God's word, reading devotions, just having 10 minutes or so a day to really just ground myself in God's word. This is crucial, and a lot of times I will read my Bible right before bed or just do something really simple, and that's fine too, but there's something about having just intentional quiet time, either putting worship music on, praying, reading God's word, that really fills my cup. Next one is go to farmers markets. I love going to the farmers market, and I feel like I only do it at the beginning of the season when there's not a lot of produce out, and then in the summertime I tend to get a lot of things from either my parents or my grandparents because they have gardens, and I just get things from them. But at the beginning of the season, I love going to the farmers market and just seeing what they have out, seeing all of the life and different things. And even if I just go once a year with some girlfriends, it's such a fun Saturday morning activity. The next one is visit a peony field. Now we have a peony, however you say it. We have a field near us, and they offer cut flowers of their peonies, and they are so beautiful. And you can also go and take pictures in the rows and rows and rows, like an entire field full of beautiful flowers. So that is on my bucket list to go to this year, and I want to take some pictures with my girls. I think that would be really sweet. The next one is open up our windows as much as possible, especially now that we have our water fountain. It is so peaceful to hear that water trickle. And I also have get some spring candles. And then my last one is not glamorous, but it's something that needs to be done desperately, and that is clean out our garage. Sure, that's something we want to do before Braylee's birthday party, which is the middle of May. We're gonna have her birthday party here at our home, and we need to clean out our garage before we have people over. So that is my spring bucket list for 2025. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I'm gonna end this video here, but I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you all very soon in my next video. Bye, friends.